Welcome back. Today we're going to be replacing the blade on a 10-inch Skilsaw Table Saw. This is model 3400 Type 2. So, a couple of words of caution before you start. Always unplug the machine before you do anything with it, especially maintenance-wise. Unless you're working with it, then obviously plug it in. But unplug the machine, give the switch a flip, make sure it's off, and be mindful of the blade. When you're cranking these wrenches, your hands are very close to the blade, and it's easy for a wrench to slip off and force your hand into a spot that you do not want it to be. So just be very, very cautious. If you don't feel comfortable doing this, don't. Ask for help or put on some cut-proof gloves or some oven mitts or something that's going to at least protect your bare skin. Whatever works. Anything's better than nothing. So today we're going to be changing out this blade with a new Diablo 24 tooth ripping blade. So I'm excited to see this in the field. This particular machine came with these old school wrenches, which work great for the way that this is set up. If you need to use other tools, you can, but basically you only need a wrench to hold the back part of the arbor bolt in place, and then a wrench to loosen the bolt itself. So let's get to it. First thing you're gonna do is you're gonna wanna flip this up on its side. So you're gonna flip this up and expose, there we go, expose the blade. So here's your arbor bolt right here. And then on the back side, you see these two flat faces. It's kind of hard to catch with the angle, right there and right there. That's what this guy is for. So this guy slides right in there like that. And you see how close my hand is to the blade? If I'm cranking up on this and my hand slips or this wrench slips off, I'm only about 4 inches from losing a finger here. So like I said, be very, very cautious. This wrench for the back is just to hold it in place. I would not put any force on this part at all. You're gonna want to turn the wrench on the bolt itself. So let's get to it and see what we can do. Okay, so as I was doing this makes me way more nervous than the miter saws did. Both of your hands are just so close to the blade, and you're going up with one and down with the other, and if anything at all slips, which it feels like it will because it's very thin and narrow, it's just not worth it to me. So what I did was I set this wrench up right there so that it's not going anywhere. So as I come down with this, the frame of the saw itself is holding this in place. And I use this tool right here. This fits right over the bolt. And then for this, I didn't even want to put my hand here to push down because it's just crazy. So I did this. And I feel a lot better about it. So again, be super careful. It is not worth the injury that you can get from running your hand across these blades. So just be very, very mindful and cautious. If you have tools to keep your hands away from it, then do that. And I'm going to do the reverse, putting this back on. I'm going to I'm gonna have this up here, kind of holding that in place. And I'm gonna position this in a way where I can have it high enough to hammer it a couple times and make it good and tight without getting my hand near this blade. So let's get this blade on, see what we can do. All right, our new blade is on. One quick note, you want to make sure you're not going to see the label on the blade like you do on the miter saw on the outside. That's because the teeth have to be facing forward on the blade. So you're going to have that on the motor side when you install it. I know that because I just had to take it off and flip it around after I had finished up a couple of minutes ago. So lesson learned. I didn't even pay attention to the teeth on this. So there you go. Putting it back on was a little bit easier than taking it off. I just get the tool to lock in, and then instead of going down, I go up. And there's a piece of metal right there, you can see, that holds that right in place. And then I keep my hand right here on the inside of the blades, way away from the front, to hold this from slipping off the back. And then this tool goes right around the bolt and it'll hold itself up for you. So you can use your hand to crank it up to tighten it as tight as you can, and then grab the mallet and give it a couple of taps just to make sure it's snug and secure. But again, keep your hands away from the blade. It's not worth the risk of losing anything. So that's pretty much it. We're ready to rip. So I appreciate you watching. Thank you. We'll catch you on the next one.